Looks like I'm live, folks. So, starting about 3 minutes early. I said anywhere between 11 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Pacific time. So it's 11:57 a.m. Pacific time here on the Southern Gulf Islands, and feeling a bit better today. Still not 100%, a bit stuffed up, but by Monday I should be good. There's Palms USA. Hello, Palms USA. Good to see you in there. I'll try not to do such a long live stream today. Maybe we'll just go an hour, and then I'll go get some lunch. Oh, there's Dara from Ireland. Hello, Dara. I was just chatting with Dara on Facebook, and there's Logan. Logan, the number dude. Logan figured out the last video I just uploaded on Sago Palms, and I think it was milliseconds. Logan figured it out in milliseconds. So hello, Logan. So we have another beautiful day here on the Southern Gulf Islands for Logan. There we go. It is 7.6 degrees Celsius, so you can figure that out in Fahrenheit. I think it's around 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Microseconds. Yes, Logan figured out microseconds. And really nice. Wendy was out there this morning planting some more pittosporum in the garden. She picked up some variegated pittosporum. Frankly, what a beautiful day. Yes, frankly, it is beautiful here. The whole week has been really nice and sunny. Unfortunately, I've been off work with a head cold, and you cannot work when you have a head cold. Like I said, you cannot, if you go to work first thing every morning, we get asked how we are feeling. And if we're not feeling good, why are you here? They'll send us home, because why take the chance of spreading something to other people you work with? It's really not a fair thing. It's kind of selfish. So, like I said, I was on my way out the door to work on Monday morning at 20 after 6. And the day before, I started to feel a bit of a sore throat, stuffy nose, and a bit of a head cold. So you know what? I decided, no, I called it, and I said, not coming in. So I've been off the whole week with this head cold, and not the flu or anything. We all get the tests. Yes, we know about the tests. Frank, Dara, it was a beautiful day here in Ireland. Much better. Good. Yeah, I know yesterday Dara had a few snowflakes there, but I don't think the snowflakes really stuck to the ground in Ireland. It's pretty rare that Ireland actually gets snow, because they get the Gulf Stream current there, and it really regulates the air temperatures. So there's no real extremes in Ireland on the Emerald Isle, right? It's for those of you that don't know, and Ireland's at a pretty good latitude. It's a very green place, Ireland, and there are a lot of palm trees there, and they're very old cordyline. So if you see old cordyline trees, that's an indication of a very mild winter climate. They need mild winters to grow to maturity. So in Zone 8B, I've seen some pretty good cordylines, but they always get cut down in a bad winter. We've been 9A here since 2008, okay? 2008 December was a bad one here, and it froze our cordylines down to low stumps, and then they came back again. So that's all it takes. But if you go to the far west coast of Vancouver Island, there are tree-sized cordylines with gigantic trunks on them, and even on Salt Spring Island. So even though we're 9A here, there's a little bit higher 9As on Salt Spring Island where the cordylines don't freeze. So every so often we can fall into Zone 8B, but the 9A areas here, there are some that don't fall into 8B, and that's where the cordylines don't freeze. And I highly doubt that they actually freeze in Ireland. And for those of you that don't know what a cordyline is, it's a New Zealand cabbage tree, or Dracaena spike. I like palm trees. Riz Juan Mason likes palm trees. Well, that's a good thing. Palm trees are good. Logan's got a question. Logan Hughes, go for it. We've got another windmill palm question. Go for it. You're in Kentucky, I think. I talked to Kentucky this morning on my radio. Is the Jubea? No. Jeff in Victoria has massive Jubeas in his garden. We're big. So look at Wendy's video. Go to Gulf Island Rock and scan through her video. She shot it last month of the palm garden in Victoria. And the trunks on his biggest one are as tall as me, and they're massive. He planted them in the 1990s. They're big. Logan, what is the snow gets in the crown? It doesn't matter if snow gets in the crown of a Trachycarpus palm. What you got to worry about is freeze, a really bad freeze. That's what's going to bother a Trachycarpus palm, because it snows on them where they're in their native habitat in China. So snow can be sitting on them for a long time. Rizwan Mason, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. Yes, Huntsville's a good place. I talked to Alabama. Alabama was coming this morning on my radio. and I tried to get to Alabama. I don't know if I worked them. I don't know if I actually made contact. I talked to a lot of guys this morning. Frankly, everyone in the Gulf Islands is saying that this winter will be bad, but uh, last ones have been pretty bad. Well, to me, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Frank. You know what I consider a bad winter is when the temperature falls below 20 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 6.5. Snow to me is not a bad winter indication. Wind is not a bad winter indication. Because I'm an exotic plant grower, it's cold, extreme cold. So the last bad winter we had here at this end of the island, and you got to remember, frankly, there's 3 growing zones on Salt Spring Island. The last bad winter I recorded here was December 2008. It got down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and that was a bad winter. We have not been below 20 degrees Fahrenheit since at this end of the island. But if you live in the Cranberry Valley or Blackburn or the Burgoyne Valley or Cushion Lake or some of those cold pockets, it's been much colder than that. They've had temperatures down to minus 10 degrees Celsius. It can be minus 4 degrees Celsius here, and it can be minus 10 degrees Celsius somewhere else. That's the way it works on Salt Spring Island due to topography and distance to the ocean. And a lot of people don't realize that. Cushion Lake is one of the, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you a story about Cushion Lake. I'm a weather observer, and I've been a weather observer for years. Alfred Temmel, a weather observer, lived at Cushion Lake on Cushion Lake Road for many, many years. Alfred Temmel and his family moved here, I think, 1963 or 64. And he said, he used to say, Joe, Cushion Lake is the Siberia of Salt Spring Island. But you know, the funny thing is, one of the oldest palm trees is growing on Cushion Lake, just a couple of houses down from the dock. And the coldest temperature ever recorded at Cushion Lake by Alfred Temmel is minus 17.5 degrees Celsius in December 1990. Okay. And I'll tell you why Cushion Lake is a cold area in the wintertime. It's because it's surrounded by hills, right? And cold air is like water. This is how I tell people. It rolls down those hills and it settles in the low spot. So that's one of the first lakes to freeze, besides, of course, Spirit Lake. It's a bowl. And during bad freezes, Frank, it's like Blackburn, okay? Blackburn lake, you will see ice on it for a very long time. That's just the way microclimates work. So the olive farm is up on the slope. I like to tell people, right, because it's a microclimate. And the Burgoyne Valley's down in here, the Fulford Valley. You wouldn't want to put the olive farm down in here because all the cold air from up here goes down here. A lot of times it's an inversion. So it's always going to be a little warmer up here than down here in the wintertime. However, in the summertime, it's probably going to be hotter in that bowl. That's the way it works. Yeah, Blackburn gets more sun exposure, but it is also a very cold area. But you know, one of the coldest areas on Salt Spring Island is the Cranberry Valley. So tomorrow I'm heading into the Cranberry Valley and I'm going to harvest palm seeds. I know of a 20-foot tall palm tree that grows in the Cranberry Valley. And this will be the first time that female palm is going to produce seed because I dusted it with male pollen back in the spring. And I messaged the people last night and they said, come on up. So I'll shoot a video of it, of me harvesting palm seed from one of the palms growing in probably the coldest area at lower level on Salt Spring Island. And what I mean lower level, it's not in the mountains, okay? It's definitely colder up on top of Mount Bruce, but Cranberry Valley is brutally cold in the winter. And I know they've recorded minus 15 degrees there because Dan Jason told me that. It was the year the lake froze, which was a few years ago. Cushion Lake froze. All the lakes pretty much froze here, even St. Mary's because I was on it. But it froze longer, a longer period of time for Cushion, Blackburn, and Ford, and some of those cooler areas. But they hit minus 15 degrees Celsius one night on Toynbee Road. So it can get pretty cold there. So the palm tree I'm going to harvest seed from is down that area, and it survived some pretty cold temperatures. So the seed I harvest from that palm is going to make some really good offspring, some hardier, some more cold hardy offspring. And I'm always looking for palms growing in colder areas. So when I propagate that seed, it's going to produce some nice cold tolerant palm trees. That's the way it works. Ice skates. Never knew how many people had ice skates. Yeah, it's great when the lake freezes because the last time the lakes froze where you could skate on the here was January 1993. And it's funny, it's nice to see that people skating on the lakes. And it'd be nice if they kind of froze every year. But you know what? I'll tell you something, Frank. If you go up to Mount Bruce and you go up Musgrave there's the lake up there, Spirit Lake. That one you can pretty much skate on every winter because it's up at around 2,000 foot elevation, right? So they usually have hockey games going on up there. But apparently the guy that owns Aloha Ina Farm bought the property around that lake. So now he's made it into this private lake. Benny G drummer, I got a long-term memory is like a steel trap, but short-term memory maybe not so good. I'm trying to figure out what I did yesterday. I know I did a live stream for 3 hours, but I can remember what I did 20 years ago. It's really weird, and it's clear too. I can remember what I did when I was a kid. I can envision myself doing things in the summer of 1969, riding around on my mini bike, or if I look at a picture, I can tell you when the picture was taken without looking at a date on the back of it. Mount Bruce, Musgrave. Yeah, gotcha. Up there, there's a lake, Frank, and that one freezes pretty good. That's Spirit Lake, but I don't know if you can get to it anymore. Like, I don't know if the guys fenced it off or what. There was a lot of fish up there, and I have videos here on this YouTube channel of us skating up there. It's either this YouTube channel or my other one, Jungle Joe C. Logan, I got a sable miner. I would protect. No, you know what? I don't think you'll need to protect it, Logan. A sable miner in the bluegrass state. Planted in a sheltered spot and give it a try. Same with Rapatophyllum hystrix. Yeah, go check it out. So Frank Lee, when you are driving up Musgrave, you're going to see the lake on the right hand side. There's a lot of trees around it, but keep looking to the right hand side, and you'll see the lake. And seriously, last time I went up there to take Wendy skating was I think it was December 2012. It was December 2012, I think, or January 2013, somewhere around there. And there was a full-blown hockey game going on in the lake. So I should have videos of it here or on my other one of us skating. And it's beautiful. So down here, the temperature was like it was today. And up there was crystal clear sky. It was cool. It might have been -1 or -2. And it was absolutely beautiful. It was a beautiful day for skating. I didn't skate. I just kind of shot a video of the lake. Norris Lake, Tennessee. Sam never freezes winter. 17 started to freeze. Shallow areas. It is a big lake. 800 miles of shoreline. Oh my God. That's massive. Way bigger than Salt Spring Island. Salt Spring Island is 45,000 acres. Just to give you an idea how big this rock is. It's 16.7 miles from one end to the other. And I'm going to tell you something really cool. And I always bring out this map. It's a big map of Salt Spring Island. One of Wendy's maps from her gallery. So this is the map of Salt Spring Island, okay? So from here, okay, from this point where I live, up by Southie Point, to drive to down in here is over an hour. It takes over an hour. Last time we drove it, it was an hour and 15 minutes. And that's just doing the speed limit because it's a slow drive up over the mountains to get there. And it's gravel road. And sometimes it can be kind of washboard, but last time we drove, it actually wasn't bad, which was in June. Somebody hired me to carve them a tiki at the farthest end of the island, and Wendy had never been to that part of the island. So anyway, we drove there with chainsaw in hand. Thank God my chainsaw started when I got down there. I didn't bring a ladder. And they says, Joe, can you carve that tree right there? It was a maple tree they'd cut off as a big stump, 12, 13-foot high stump, maybe 15-foot high. It could have been 15-foot high because we had to use scaffolding. Thank God the guy had scaffolding. So we set the scaffolding up and I carved the tiki standing on the scaffolding. Pterodactyl Island. Yeah, Logan, it does kind of look like a pterodactyl when you see Long Harbor on it where it sticks out like a beak. So how's the weather, everybody, where you are today? Is there just one town? Yeah, no. Benny G, drummer. There are kind of two towns on Salt Spring. So the hub is Ganges. Okay, and that's about 11 kilometers south of me and Wendy. And then if you go to the very south end of the island, right by the ferry terminal, there's a village. And actually, and Ganges is actually a village too, because we're not incorporated. So Ganges is actually a village named after the ship HMS Ganges. It was a British naval ship. So Fulford Village is a tiny little village with lots of little shops and places to eat and a coffee shop. And there's a general store. 43 in Ohio. Okay, Sam, that's not bad, not too shabby. Natasha, hello. Oh, cool. There's Natasha. Oh, I have to check out that tattoo. I did go onto LinkedIn and I did accept your friend request on LinkedIn, Natasha. So yes, I will check out the tat. Actually, we were watching a tattoo show last night on YouTube. It's called Electric Linda Tattoos, and she's out in Norway, so she does some pretty cool tattoos. Check it out on YouTube, Electric Linda. All the snow is melted. That's good. Good. Snow is melted, Sam. No snow or frost here yet at this end of the island. Southwest Ireland, 6 degrees Celsius. Not too bad, Dara. Not too bad at all. Does Fulford Village have palms? Yes. There's a palm tree, a big one in Fulford Village, right behind the coffee shop, A lot of people don't see it. You got to kind of see it when you're out on the ferry, but there's probably about a 20-foot palm tree behind it. It's 45 degrees. Okay, 45. And here it is 7.6 Celsius. So you can go online, Logan, because Logan's good with numbers. 7.6 Celsius. You can figure it out in Fahrenheit. I think it's around 46, something like that. Natasha, I will send you the. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I did accept you, Natasha. I don't know if you guys are on Facebook, Natasha and Martin, but I'm easy to find on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter, and I also am on Instagram. Banana Joe, Instagram, Banana Joe on Twitter, and also Banana Joe on Facebook. I've been on Facebook a long time. I used to be on MySpace before Facebook, but yeah, so I'm really easy to find. There's probably some other Banana Joes, but there's always going to be other Banana Joes out there. I don't think I'm the only Banana Joe. 47 degrees in Albuquerque. Benny, oh, nice. Nice. You got to like that. 47 degrees and on near winter is not a bad temperature. Really. I don't consider 47 bad. I mean, that's palm growing weather, man. You can go Rhipidophyllum hystrix, sable minors, no problem. Trachycarpus palms, Camarops, Livistona. If it stayed like that all winter, you're laughing. And even Washingtonia robusta. Washingtonia flifera grow well in parts of New Mexico. Truth or Consequences, Alamogordo, some in Albuquerque too. I'm pretty sure there are. It's a dry climate, but it's a high elevation, most of New Mexico. My uncle really loved it when he went down there to visit my cousin in Albuquerque, and he really loved New Mexico. Frankie, how long will you be stuck inside? Well, I do go outside, but I'm not leaving the property. I'll be back at work on Monday. It's just that I want to get over this cold. You know what I mean? I don't want to go around anyone when I have a cold, and it is a cold, okay? Because I went and got tested the other day at the hospital, and it's all good. It's just a head cold I have, and I knew it was a head cold, but they will not let you back at work unless you get tested. That's the thing. So you got to phone 8. Absolutely hate that. Oh, connection is unstable. Oh no. Why is that? Connection is unstable. Hey, Wendy, are you on? Oh, there we go. Sorry, my connection went off for a minute there. Sorry about this. That's really weird. It hasn't been doing that lately. So if I disappear for some reason, it means the connection has disappeared, the internet connection. So I'm back again. It said it was off for a bit. Did you get during testing the video of the palms? Yes, I did. Sam, you're good. You're keen, Sam. Yes, I did. That's why my truck waiting, and then somebody comes out kind of like in a hazmat thing, and then they bring you over and they test you. It only takes a second. It's easy. Yeah, here you. I work tourism on the island. I got. Oh, cool. Frankly, you work tourism. Cool. You must work with Laura. Do you work with Laura? You know Laura and Harvey. She works at the tourism center. Do you work at the tourism center? I planted those palm trees in front of there years ago. There's one on Lower Ganges on the front there, and then there's 3 big ones at the back in Eucalyptus. I planted those many years ago at the Chamber of Commerce / Information. They grew those babies from seed. Yes, Sam, I did. And it gave me an opportunity to take a video of the palm trees there. I usually harvest seed from those ones. I'm going to get a lot of seed this year, a lot of palm seed. I'm going to harvest tomorrow. I'm going to go harvest some palm seed in town. But then, like I said, I'm going into the Cranberry Valley too. So I'll shoot a video of that for you guys. Dara, I have 1 Washingtonia flifera, about 10 robustas. Yeah, cool. Well, I hope it does well for you. Logan liked one of my photos on Instagram. It just popped up here. Thanks, Logan. Yeah, you know what? I don't have my doubt that Washingtonia robusta could be a long-term palm in parts of Ireland, especially in Cork. Washingtonia flifera, they do like the heat, and they do hate the winter dampness and coolness, but I have seen them growing in Brookings, Oregon. So I'm going to say it might do okay there too. Thanks, Logan. Got to keep you got to keep things safe. You know her, bud. You know her. And my job, I do work for the government, so pretty strict rules there. Even with our parks trucks, it's 1 person per truck. So you used to double up, and I used to have a partner ride shotgun with me. But since all this stuff came about, no more riding shotgun with anybody. So we have all our own parks trucks. I work for the Parks, Salt Spring Island Parks and Rec. So love it. Great job. And I'm outside a lot, so I don't have to really get near people. I can talk with people, but I can keep my distance from people. And you meet a lot of people, my line of work too, because there's a lot of tourists on our island. And I do meet a lot of tourists. Frankie Lee, no doubt, indeed need a full training. Yeah, for sure. So do you work at the Chamber of Commerce, the Tourist Information Center? I'm curious, since you're in the tourism, we're in the tourism business too here at this location because Wendy runs two bed and breakfasts. She runs two accommodations here and art gallery. So you can see our accommodations on booking.com, or you can go to Facebook and see our gallery too. It's her gallery. It's Gallery 59 on Salt Spring Island. Oh, Cushion Lake Resort. Cushion Lake Resort. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's awesome. That's a beautiful spot, man. I love it there. Our friends Jack and Candace live on that side. You're off Horrell Road, right? Is it Natalie Lane or Horrell Road? Somewhere down there. I love Cushion Lake. You know, one of my favorite lakes for swimming on Salt Spring is Cushion Lake. And I used to fish in there years ago, but I have not fished in there since 1985 or 86. It's been a long time. Logan, could a Washingtonia palm grow with protection, Logan? Yes. It could. You would have to box it in. There's people that grow them in Ontario. There's people that grow them in other cool winter areas, and you can box it in and use some heat. Thermal cube. Look up thermal cube. Thermal cube's kind of like this heater thing, I think, with a timer on it. And if you made a prefab kind of shelter for it, yes, you can grow Washingtonia anywhere. But the only problem is with Washingtonia robusta, they outgrow their shelter so fast. And I'll tell you a story about Tom Kelly, a friend of mine in St. Louis, Missouri. He planted some, I guess it was back in the 70s, and they outgrew their shelters at 45 to 50 feet tall. He could not scaffold them in anymore, and it just became too much work, and he had to let them freeze. So it's pretty sad when you watch this palm grow from a little baby to a 45-foot, 50-tall tree, and then you have to let Old Man Winter nuke it for you. So that's why I really don't bother too much with washies. I have them in pots. And I have one in the ground. I think if the ones in the pots get too big, I will probably sell them to somebody, and then they can play with them. Washingtonias I've seen survive here for anywhere from 8 to 10 years without protection. And then, the one that probably would have lived longer was in a good microclimate, but my friend sold the place, and then the new people cut it down. So it was doing well, and I had that one featured at least twice in Hardy Palm International many, many moons ago. I guess that was probably in the 1990s. Cheers, folks. That's good water. I haven't had lunch yet, so I'll try to keep the live stream not so long today. I mean, yesterday you got out of hand at over 3 hours, and I will go out after and get a little bit of fresh air. But like I say, Wendy was out gardening this morning. She planted two really nice pittosporum, and I don't know if you know what pittosporum is, but they're pretty cool. I enjoy the world. Yeah, it's nice. Beautiful area, Frank. Beautiful area over there. I love it. Logan, would they need any protection? You could. My friend Austin in Arkansas grows Washingtonia robusta, and I think he uses Christmas lights and wraps it up, and it does well. Frankly, connects Natalie Lane to Fulford. Oh, it does. Oh, you can go to Fulford Ganges. There's a park there. Isn't there some kind of like a park reserve there, something like that? I'm pretty sure beside the lake, right? It was bought many years ago, and you can get out to Fulford Ganges. Really nice area. You know what? I like all areas of Salt Spring Island. Doesn't matter if they're cool in the winter or hot in the summer. Salt Spring Island is a very unique place, and that's what makes it more unique. All these different microclimates and ecosystems. I mean, you go to the west side of Maracaibo, and you're going to see native cactus growing. Okay, there's native cactus that grows here on the north end of the island. You're going to see licorice ferns growing on trees. There's some places on Salt Spring that look like rainforests with the licorice ferns and the moss that grows off the trees and stuff, and all the sword ferns. It's a really beautiful, interesting island from one end to the other. And then we got the Gary Oaks, and we got the Arbutus, and we have the Manzanita. I agree. I just moved here because, oh, cool. Where did you move from? I'm curious. Did you move from Vancouver or the Big Island or back east? Give us the dirt, Frank. I want to know. Logan, there's a website that sells 30-foot wash. Holy smokers. Well, Logan, if you got the dough, get one of those things and wrap her up real good. $420. I wouldn't buy one myself for $420 because it's going to die here, and I can't protect a 30-foot wash. At my age, 56 years old, I can't bother. I can't be bothered. If it's a smaller palm and something that grows a little slower, like if you want, you know what you should try is a Camarops humilis. Try a Mediterranean fan palm. What website is that? Yeah, that's crazy. That's cheap, man. $420. Unbelievable. If I lived, and the thing is, I guess if I lived on the Oregon coast, I could buy one for sure. From Montreal. Wow. Yugoslavia. Hey, there's palm trees in Yugoslavia. It's Croatia now, Bosnia, Croatia. Cool, Montreal. So you're gonna like the winters here a lot more than you do in Montreal. Dara, moss grows like weeds here. We have palms. Oh, that's cool, Dara. Yeah, lots of moss on island, and it's very happy at this time of the year. And so are the mushrooms. So are the mushrooms. So I guess there's forests in Ireland, right, Dara? Or do you have forests there? Is most everything cleared out? Hardy Palm Trees is the website, but it's only pickup and flow. Because Logan, Washingtonia robusta are considered weeds when we go to Maui, and there's some beautiful ones growing at the complex where we stay at our condo. And when we were there last year, I was there this time last year because we go every year, but this year no. They cut down like a 50, 60 foot one. I'm glad I shot videos of it. And I went there, last year I was like, oh, they cut the thing down. And they cut them down all over the place, especially on the beaches and stuff. If they sprout up, they cut them down. Frankly, yeah, and living inland sure beats boat living. Yeah, I like living. I like living on an island. I'm an islander. I moved here from the mainland many moons ago. I was born in Vancouver, so from the Vancouver area. But I also lived on Lulu Island, which is Richmond, and I lived there for about a decade too when I was a kid. They are considered weeds all over. Yeah, they're weeds, but I like them. I think they're nice weeds, Palm USA. I really love Washingtonia robusta. And seriously, if they were weeds in my garden, I wouldn't cut them down. I can't cut down palm trees. As even if they're an invasive species, I'm not going to cut down a palm tree, man. I like them too much. They're beautiful. That's like I was down in the I was down in the forest today, and I was looking at the Swampsonia. There's literally thousands of them down there, and more of them coming up. I don't think they're weeds. I don't think palm trees are weeds. And if they are weeds, they're nice weeds. But gardeners, there's one nursery we go to in Maui, Wendy and I said to the guy at the nursery, I says, I notice you do not have any Washingtonia robusta, Mexican fan pie. He says, we don't sell those things, man. They're weeds. That's what he said. He says, when we see those things growing in the gardens, we pull them out or cut them down. Wow. How about growing bamboo on? Yep, bamboo's great. And I'll tell you the thing about bamboo, Frank, we have tons of bamboo here, tons of it in our garden. We collect bamboo. It only spreads in good soil. It will not spread in dry, rocky gravel soil. Okay, so you can have the most invasive species and it will not run in poor, rocky soil. But if you have clay soil or good soil, yes, it can run. There's many species. There's runners and non-runners. I think there's over 1,000 species of bamboo. Dara, we do have the forest here, which beech and interesting, oak, horse chestnut, acorn. Okay, interesting, very peaceful. We have evergreen forest here. It's all mostly evergreen. Yeah. Oh God, Frank, there's bamboo farms here. Doug Box has the bamboo ranch, 6 acres of bamboo. There's one down on Ford by Ford Lake, just beside. But as you get on the Mearside Road, there's a lady there that has about 7 acres of bamboo. She's got a bamboo forest. I know lots of bamboo forests on Salt Spring. Yes, we grow olives here. We have a commercial olive farm here, Dylan. There's 3,000 olive trees. And yes, they can take snow because it snows on them every so often. They just don't like extreme freezes. We have a commercial olive farm on Salt Spring that produces some of the best olive oil. And the only place in Canada you're going to do it is on the Southern Gulf Islands here. Frank, bamboo is one of the most versatile. Yep, you can easily grow it here. Well, watch my videos on bamboo, Frank. Go to the channel and search my channel for bamboo, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you like hemp, you should grow. We grow Japanese fiber banana here. We grow bananas here in our garden that are native to southern Japan and is grown for making paper and clothes like hemp. Their smallest Washington is 12 foot, 180. Not bad, pretty cheap, man. Yeah, check it out, Frank. And my other channel too, Jungle Joe C. There's bamboo videos on there too. Logan, they're not there. Will do. Check it out. They're not there. Okay. You must be talking about the palm log. Yeah, Frank, I got a lot of videos on here, so pretty much videos of everything. If you want to see exotic plants on Salt Spring, you'll see them. They're on here. And bamboo is no trick to grow here on Salt Spring Island. We can grow, I think Doug's got about 200 species growing at his place near Ganges. He's not very far from Ganges, and it's amazing. So check it out sometime. The Bamboo Ranch on Salt Spring Island. I got another friend up Charlesworth, man. He's got a bamboo jungle. I found videos from this summer of our garden pictures. How was it before it leaves ugly now? Oh, cool. I'd like to see videos. Hey, Natasha, you got a YouTube channel, right? There's hey Natasha. There is there videos on your channel? Because I mean you must have a YouTube channel in order to comment here, so I'll check it out. You can post them on your channel, or you can send me them if you want. Daryl, I have Cavendish Banana. It's doing well. Leaves down. Oh, cool. We have two pots of them in the kitchen, and the tattoo of me and Mark. Cool. That is awesome. Thanks, Natasha. I did see a picture of you on LinkedIn, so I know what you look like now. You're a pretty girl from the Netherlands. So yeah, I'm curious to see the tattoo. It's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, and the video of the garden too. I bet you grow some pretty cool stuff there for sure. Okay, cool. LinkedIn. We'll do that. We'll check it out on LinkedIn. Sounds good, Natasha. I'll make sure when I'm done the live stream, and I think maybe I'll only do an hour live stream today because I can always do another one tomorrow. And then we'll check that out on LinkedIn for sure. I don't know how many other you guys are on LinkedIn, but it's a good thing. People can share pictures and comment and stuff like that and wish each other happy birthdays. But I also do that on Facebook. It's funny every morning, and birthdays come up of people, so I wish them happy birthdays. Where are the moderators? No moderators. You know what? I think I'm going to make Logan. Okay. Guess what, Logan? Logan is now a moderator. Logan, you will show up on your next posting. You comment, Logan, your next comment. And Dara's on LinkedIn. Okay, we're on LinkedIn, Dara. Banana Joe. Logan is now a moderator. Okay, Logan? I hope that makes you happy. So when you show up here, when you comment, your name's going to be highlighted in blue, and you got a big old wrench beside your name. So if you see any spammers and stuff, you can get rid of them for me. Everybody in here is really nice. These are good people. You're a good bunch of people. There we go, Logan. Logan is in blue. Frankly, I can catch you when I can. Mostly make memes with face on it, Mr. Banana Joe. I catch you when I can. I mostly make memes with your face on. Exotic. Somebody did that with Joe Exotic. They got Joe Exotic's body and they put my face on Joe Exotic. Oh, nice. I will speak to you on there. Gonna take a shower, go to bed. Oh yeah, right. It's late there. I forgot, Natasha. You know, LinkedIn later. Okay, take care from me here on Salt Spring Island, and have a good one in the Netherlands. And say hi to Martin and stay safe out there. And we'll definitely check out that tattoo. And good. Nice to have you in there, Natasha. Come in anytime. Do you have any sable palmetto? Small ones. We have some small ones in the ground, but there are big ones on our coast. You can see my videos of them. There's good size ones here. Big one in front of the, like I say, in front of the Empress Hotel in Victoria, but it doesn't look that good. It's so slow growing. It's got about 10 feet of trunk on it. But there's nicer ones in Vancouver. Yeah, have a nice day, Natasha. It is beautiful here. I could take the computer off and show you what it's like here, so you know that I'm not BSing to you, okay? So we're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. Unplug that for a sec. We're going to take the little old laptop, and then we're going to put it out the window here so you can see what is going on out here on Salt Spring Island, okay? So you can see what we're looking at, okay? What we're looking at, you see some timber bamboo out there? That's Phylostachys vivax. And then you can see all the fatsia trees blooming and the eucalyptus trees. And it's green and it's sunny, lots of blue sky. So that's what I'm looking at out our window year round. And there's a nice bay tree in there. We got a lot of bay trees. And that's only a very small portion of the garden, folks. It's a very, very large garden. It's kind of like a jungle out there. All right. So there you go. There's your little garden tour from my man cave window. So let me plug this puppy back in. Right. And let me plug my mouse back in if I can find it here now. Gotta have my mouse in there. Can't operate without my mouse. There we go. Okay, got my mouse in there. North. That's a north facing. That's a north facing. That's north facing right there. Yeah, bamboo can grow pretty much anywhere if you get the right species. Where do you live on the island? I live up by Southey Point. Frank Lee. I live up by Southey Point. That's where Wendy and I are. Up in the balmy and palmy north end of the island. I'm going to tell you how it works. Frankie. So, Frank, it's milder up here, and I picked this area to grow exotic plants for a reason. As you come to the north end of the island, it's very narrow, okay? Any narrow chunk of land with more ocean around it regulates the air temperatures, okay? So, this end of the island is Zone 9A. So, there's the map of Salt Spring. We are right up here by the ocean. So it's very narrow. You see all the ocean around us, And so it's 100% ocean influence in here. The colder areas, you get down into the middle here because you're farther inland in the elevation, right? So anywhere near the ocean is a good growing area, longer frost-free season. So we've had 0 frost here. The bananas are still nice and green. And you can see them on here too. Because beautiful bamboo and bamboo. How much do eucalyptus trees cost? Love one. Well, you can grow. I grow ours from seed. So I've never really had to buy eucalyptus trees because I grow them from seed. Oh, sorry, I'm lying. I bought a few specialty ones that show up at the supermarket sometime, and they were small when I bought them. You know, maybe about this big. But most every eucalyptus tree I've grown here from seed. Let's just see. And eucalyptus will grow really easy there, Dara, in Ireland. Do you grow long? Yes, we do, Sam. We have a long leaf Mexican pine tree. And it was given to me years ago at the Seedy Saturday. A guy gave me a Guatemalan cherry seedling and a little sapling of a long needle pine, and it sits in a pot for years. And Wendy and I just planted it in the ground about a month and a half ago. So it's not super big. It's maybe 3 feet tall because it's been in a pot for years. Now it's going to take off. So I didn't really want to put it in the ground at first, and it stays out all winter. It's been out in the pot for winter for years, but the thing is, it's going to get big, and I don't want it to cast shade on some of the special plants. Frankly, I don't have that wild growth around. Yeah, so this garden, we've planted everything. Wendy and I, it was a bare landscape. When I bought it a few decades ago, there was no plants in this garden, so it was like a bare canvas, and we started from scratch. Wendy has added so many more exotic plants to this garden because she is a plantaholic. Okay, so she loves plants, and whenever she's supposed to be coming back with food and groceries, but she comes back with have that wild growth. Well, you got a lot of wild growth around you, Frankie, because you got a lot of you have a lot of forest and natural, beautiful vegetation, and the natural vegetation on Salt Spring is actually really beautiful because Wendy likes to garden. And, you know, my ex-wife, and it's her birthday today, really nice lady. I wished her a happy birthday. She lives over on the Big Island, but she wasn't so much into gardening. Wendy loves to garden, so it's a good match. How tall is your tallest palm? I think, hey, Wendy. Wendy. Hey, Wendy. She's not listening to me. She's got her earplugs in. I think it's, how tall is our tallest palm tree? 20 feet? I think it's close to 20 feet tall, something like that. Planted it in 1987, that one. And planted it in February '87 when it was a little palm. So, and it's a female, and yeah, it's pretty nice looking female tracky. Frank, I have mushrooms. Oh, nice. Hey, is there chanterelles around there, Frank? We have a lot of palm trees here, Palms USA. I don't know how many palms we have here. Palm trees on our property. What are the most hardy exotic plants you grow? Unstable. No, I lost the connection. There we go. Connection back. I lost connection. Probably boxwood or Austrian pine tree. Mushrooms are great, Frankie. I love wild. Rob again. End of the stream is lagging. Yeah, the stream is lagging. This is not good. Make a video. I planted it. My last Washingtonia robusta, and that was probably around 35 years ago. I can tell you when. Let me think now. Let me think. 85, 86. It would have been of 86. And then in February '87, I planted windmill palm. So I can show you the first windmill palm I planted, and it's really it's kind of neglected. Okay, because it's growing in native soil. I never really put any in the hole when I planted it. So I will show you that palm tree, and it's a female, and it does have some seeds on it. I can find some, Charles. That's the same. I'm just reading your comments. Would mushrooms hurt my phoenix? No, I don't think so. No, I don't have a problem. Dara, my end of stream is my end of the. Oh, yours is. Yeah, mine went off a little bit too, Logan, but now we're back on again. I don't know. Wendy could be on the internet. Sometimes if she's on there, it sucks some of the life out of this here. So, but I will do that. And then you can derm it to the top of the palm tree. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's 20 feet tall, something like that. I'm talking to the top of the fronds. There's faster growing palm trees here in better soil that are looked after. Like I said, there's one of my seedlings growing in a private garden that is 30 feet tall in 19 years. You got to like that. from a seedling, and it's 30 feet tall in 19 years. Trachycarpus fortunei. I have a video of it here. I shot a video of it a couple of weeks ago. It's a pretty nice looking palm. Never touched, they never prune it or anything. It's actually a female. And then about 20 feet away from it, there's a male. How many different growing zones does? 3 different growing zones here, Sam. 8A, 8B, 9A. So Wendy just uploaded a video on her YouTube channel this morning of a Zone 9A garden. It's beautiful. The Butias in there are beautiful. The Cordylines are beautiful. And the Camarops are beautiful too. And the Trachys and the Wagnerianus and everything else that grows in there. They had to live a stone in there for years, but they had to do a reno to the area. And they ripped the pond out. It's right beside their pond. They ripped the Livistone out. The Livistone was there for 15 years at least, more. Yeah, it does look very natural. It's a really nice, Dara. Does Reno, Nevada have palms? I'm thinking not. And somebody's asked that before, and I've never seen any there. If somebody can prove me wrong, make a video of it, post some pictures of it. And that's a good question. I think it's too cold there in the wintertime. But I'm going to post something on people who love palm trees and exotic plants on my Facebook page in my group and ask somebody, or ask the question, are there palm trees in Reno, Nevada? I asked if there was palm trees in Sedona. I asked my friend, if you see a palm tree in Sedona, take a picture of it. There's a Washingtonia flifera she spotted, took a picture of it, sent it to me in Sedona. So that's kind of high elevation, and it's like finding a palm tree in Flagstaff, right? It gets pretty cold up there. I mean, technically, palm trees shouldn't be growing here in Canada, but they do on the coast here. If there's a big cold blast, would giving palms hot where I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if that would be good for them. You think it would kind of shock them, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It's kind of like you being in this toasty house right now. Like in our house, it's about 74 degrees because we have a wood stove going. And then not going out right now, it's not too much of a shock. But let's just say the temperature outside was 1 degree Celsius. Say it was about 33, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. And you went from 74 degrees Fahrenheit to 33 degrees Fahrenheit. You might get a cold. It might make you sick. It's going to shock your body. It's not good for you. I saw picture palms, 35-foot palm in Sedona. Wow, sweet. That I'd like to see. Because, I know they grow their palms, USA, because our friend took a picture of me of one a couple of weeks ago when she was there, and it was a flifera, I'm sure. Could have been filibuster. But, Sam, I don't think that's a good idea to throw hot water on palm trees. Washingtonia flifera, yeah. They're pretty tough palms, USA. They can handle a lot of cold. And people don't realize that, but the California fan palm, the native palm, the only native palm tree to California, can take some really cold temperature. And if you're going to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, or Alamogordo, and get seed from some of those, you're going to get some hardy offspring. You're going to get some really hardy offspring of Washingtonia flifera. So my advice, if you're ever down that way, look up some palm trees, and if you see them growing in someone's yard, knock on their door and ask them if you could buy some palm seeds. And I would say ask to buy. Don't say, can I have some palm trees for seeds for free? Because when you ask to buy, they're probably going to most likely say take them for free, right? So Alamogordo, I've grown palms from collected in New Mexico. Truth or Consequences and Alamogordo from filibuster and flifera. And I had them here. I sold a bunch of them. The ones I had, the ground petered out. I also had some Washingtonia from collected in Turkey. And I put them to the test. They didn't last very long in the wintertime, though. Too wet here. Too wet and cold. This is not Washingtonia palm tree territory where I live. It's Trachycarpus palm tree territory. That's what it is. This is where Trachycarpus grows. No, I don't think I'm going to go for 4 hours. Maybe an hour. Maybe another 15 minutes. Palm tree dude. Hey, palm tree dude is in there. Maybe an hour today. I mean, I could do a live stream tomorrow or Sunday. We'll see. Break yesterday's record. God, I'd be on here till 4. Yesterday was 3 hours. That was a long time, and I think my voice might go hoarse, but I do have my water today. I am drinking H2O. Anyway, it's such a nice day. I think after this live stream, I might walk around the garden a little bit and get some fresh air because it is that nice out. And fresh air is good. It's not good always to stay inside the house. I'm an outdoors person, so I'm always outside. 15 degrees Celsius, about. Okay, well, that's okay. 15 is pretty balmy and palmy. It's it was 7.6 last time I looked here. 6 Celsius. The wax palm, scientific name. Yes, Salon. Yes, I have one in the greenhouse, Logan. I have one in a 5-gallon. I have one in a 5-gallon pot, and it's a really nice palm, but not very hardy for this climate. But that's one that Dara O'Connell should try in Ireland. Dara should try. Yeah, I'm off to town, going to do growth. Okay, take care. Stay safe out there, Frank Lee, and we will see you later. And welcome to Salt Spring Island from Montreal. You will like the winters here, that's for sure. Palm tree dude, I heard thunder out. Oh wow, cool. That's one thing we don't get much. Yeah, outdoors is the best, Dara. Dara, you got to try Rapilostylus apida palm. You got to try the New Zealand shaving brush palm. It's native to New Zealand. Dara, you also got to try Parajubea. You got to try Juania australis too. Is there a guy who planted palms? Yeah, but they need to be protected. There's somebody I think growing them there, but they have to be boxed in with major heat because it can get very cold in Alberta. So yeah, somebody did post some pictures one time in one of my groups on Facebook of somebody growing a Trachycarpus there. What palm tree grows the tallest? And I'm thinking the Salon. Salon is probably the tallest growing palm in the world, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Logan would know that. I think he said there's some tall ones. They call it an Andean wax palm. Yeah, see you around, Frank. Take care. Nice stopping in there to the live stream. It's nice to have some locals in there on the live stream because most everybody's on my live stream are in Europe or Asia, or there's Jane in the Central Pacific and Hawaii, and there's Dara in Ireland. It's great. I have a New Zealand palm in a pot. Okay, I think it will work in your climate. I also think Parajubea and Salon will work. They get 200 feet. There you go. Logan says 200 feet. Moderator says 200 feet. Also, Dara, another one to try is, well, we know you have Phoenix canariensis. Oh, it slipped my mind. Another, try Thrynix acanthocoma or campestris because they grow here on our coast. Yeah, Palms USA, Salon. They grow up in the Andes, right? And but you know, at the island they grow, you figure they'd be much hardier than what they would here. They're not that hardy for this climate. You figure they'd be able to tolerate more cold. Andean wax palms are considered the tallest, I believe, in Chilensis. Yes, Jubea chilensis is the most massive palm tree in the world. Jeff's in Victoria, I kid you not, man. They are freaking huge. Like the trunks on them are massive. They're like this. You can't wrap your arms around the trunks of these Jubeas he's got in Victoria. He planted them when they were small back in the 1990s. Danny Lane Anderson, hi Joe, good to see you. Heard of any Zone 9 mic? Heard of any? Yeah, well, here on the coast, there's a lot of them, right? So the Sunshine Coast, the west side of Vancouver Island, down around Victoria, Sydney, here on the Southern Gulf Islands, Vancouver, there's lots of Zone 9 and all the little islands out in the ocean here. Lots of Zone. Oh, I thought it said 9A. Sorry, no, I don't know of any 9B. It's 9A here. But I don't know if people claim there's 9B. I don't know that. I don't really believe it. I don't think there's any 9B here. Yeah, we're in Northern Zone 9A. So it's kind of like the redwood of the palm trees. It is kind of like it, Logan. Yeah, because it grows so tall. The other one grows tall too, the Salon, but the Jubea chilensis has the massive trunk, right? Like the Sequoia dendrum giganteum. Could you tell me the guy who planted palms in Alberta? I don't know his name. He's posted, I'm sure, before on People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. It's my Facebook group. There's over 9,000 members worldwide on it. It's a big group now. So, I mean, if you're on Facebook, join it. I mean, if you don't even like Facebook, you could join Facebook just to be in that group, and you can learn a lot about palm trees. It's called People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. And there is another guy on there that's always posting from Alberta. He's always posting the weather and stuff like that. So he posted some stuff. James Dens grows them, I think. He grows Parajubea and Salon. He's got an amazing palm garden. San Francisco area. He just posted a picture of it yesterday in the group. Someplace in Ireland here. Yeah, I think Southern Ireland is 9B, maybe closer to 10. The Scilly Isles off the coast of England are probably 10, Zone 10. There are so many amazing palms. Oh, you can grow everything in San Francisco, man. It's rare that San Francisco ever even gets frost, right? You can create a jungle in San Francisco. You should see James's garden in San Francisco. It will absolutely blow you away. He's a palm nut and he's got a garden full of mature, really tropical looking palms that look like they should be in Hawaii. When I see that guy's garden, it looks like Maui. It's unbelievable. And he does have Parajuba, and I believe he's got Syroxylon. Is there a video of it? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. If I lived down there, I would do the same thing. But I don't live down there, so I have to work with what I can. Cork, it's extremely mild in Ireland. They're on the Gulf Stream. I think, northern tip. It's really, really mild. They can even get pretty warm down there too, but they get most of their fog in the summer, and at this time of the year, they don't get the fog. Yes, and it snowed. I think other times where it's flakes have fallen in LA since. The lag is back. Yeah, no, it's okay on this end, Logan. I don't think any lag. And it's usually something comes across the screen and tells me the internet connection is bad, right? So far, so good. It seems to be working, and the stream is going good. Maybe I'll stay in here for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go get some chicken soup. Wendy made some really good chicken soup yesterday. I don't know if you guys like chicken soup, but when you're feeling kind of under the weather, and yes, I'm at the tail end of my head cold, but chicken soup I think is good for colds. At least that's what they say. But Wendy bought these 14-pound chickens from this local grower. He raises these chickens that are 14 pounds, right? Anywhere from 12 to 14 pounds. The ones we had were 14 pounds. And people didn't believe us when I posted pictures on Facebook of these big chickens. They said are you sure they're not turkeys? And they're massive breed of chicken this guy raises. His son raises them. So I thought 2 would be good, but Wendy ended up buying 4 of these chickens. So we've eaten 3 of them already. And then she uses the carcass to make soup. She boils it down, the stock. And so that's what I'm going to have for lunch. I'm going to have some of that chicken soup. But they're free range, organic, massive chickens. And you pull it out of the oven, and it does look like a flippin' turkey. That's how big these chickens are. I hope you guys like chicken, because I like chicken. It's really good. And I know we were talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken yesterday. See, I'm getting off subject. I'm getting hungry. It snowed for the first time in LA 2 winters ago. Yes, that's maybe when it was. It did snow there. I mean, it can snow there every so often. It's rare, very rare. And if you go back in history, in the 1800s, it probably snowed too. I just joined the group, but it's okay. I will. I'll get you there. Okay. When I get onto Facebook, Jason, I'll accept you into the group. I started that group. I think it was, like I say, January 2016. I don't think it was 2014. I think it was January 2016. Do people there grow guinea fowl? Yep. People here had ostriches years ago when they were big, and then they have emus. There's a guy that has emus, and then the guinea fowl. People buy them here for the only purpose of eating ticks and things. Interesting. Really? Now, can you eat guinea fowl? First time since 1962. I was born in 64. So in 1962 was 2 years before I was born. I'll tell you something about 1962. Typhoon Frida in October 1962 hit our south coast of British Columbia and caused a lot of damage. It would be in the billions today, and I think 8 people lost their lives in Typhoon Frida. In the States, it was called the Columbus Day Storm, but on this side of the border, they called it Typhoon Frida, and it was a very powerful storm that came to us from Hawaiian Islands. So you can look that up, and there's YouTube videos of it, Typhoon Frida in Vancouver, and it was in October 1962, 2 years before I was born, and Mom and Dad used to always tell me about that one, especially my dad. He says, whenever we had a windstorm, he says, that's nothing. He says, Typhoon Frida was way more wicked than what anything you'll ever see. So 2 years ago, December 21st, 2018, we had hurricane force winds here come through, and I've never seen so much damage in my life on our island. It was just unbelievable. It's like somebody dropped up on the island, and there were so many trees down. I found some Syroxylon seeds on. Oh yeah, Logan, I'm just going to let you know on eBay, when you're buying things, look at the shipping price, okay? Because I'm a seller on eBay, and I'm going to start putting my seeds back up in another couple of weeks. But watch the shipping. I always look at the shipping before you buy something. The seeds might be cheap, but sometimes the shipping will really get you. I read that Triangle Palm way up in Vancouver Island. I read Triangle Island. Oh, way up. Yeah, okay. There's Triple Island, Danny. It's called Triple Island, and it's off closer, I think, to Prince Rupert. And I had a friend out there that was a weather observer for 3 years, and he says in the 3 years he was there, the lowest temperature never got below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Logan Hughes there. Wow, Dara O'Connell's there. Jason, have a good day. Take care, and I will add you to my group in Facebook. We had 66 gusts in Ohio about a month ago, 70. Yeah, that's pretty strong wind, Sam. Pretty strong. Also, be careful on eBay. Sometimes people are super old. Yes, they are. They are. That's right. Shipping is $5.43. Yeah, not too bad. Usually, one way you can tell if seeds are fresh, you can see my ratings on eBay. I got a lot of. I have 100% good ratings on eBay. I've been selling on eBay since 2007 or 2008, somewhere around there. So I'll put my seeds up in another couple of weeks. So I harvest them green, and then I let them turn black in dry storage, and that's when I ship them. Because some people are funny with green seeds, and that was the only bad comment from a guy in the Netherlands, and it really upset me because he says, you sold me green seeds. They're not going to, you don't even try them, right? You ship me green seeds. So now I wait till they turn black. Banana Joe, I think I'd have to look at it. Like, I'll send it to you, Dara. I'll send you my name on eBay. I'll send you my link. But there's nothing for sale on there right now. I took it off about a month ago because I didn't want to ship any more live seedlings in the winter months. So by I think December 15th or so, I'll be ready to start shipping hybrid seeds. I harvested them from a Trachycarpus wagnerianus female with a big male Trachycarpus fortunae around. So they're going to be hybrids. Palm tree, don't forget about the winds. Direct bring we get often here farther west. Yeah, I like the warm ones. That's the ones I like, Palm tree, dude. It's 10C right now. Nice. 10C. Holy cow. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. It's probably close to that here, probably a couple of degrees under 10C. It's seasonal here. I think normal is 8 for us, right? And like I say, we rarely go below freezing. We haven't had any frost here yet. This or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, 20 degrees Fahrenheit is roughly around minus 6.5. So I say, in my eyes, it's a really bad winter when it drops below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. If it stays above 20 degrees Fahrenheit, well, we're having a zone 9 winter, right? That's the way it works. So I'm not worried about it. If you start losing plants, then you know it's a bad winter. But I'll keep you updated. That's for sure. If it's a bad winter, you're going to see it because I shoot videos of bad winters and good winters because I make videos every day. So you're not going to miss a thing here. Derechos is our storm system, that bow shape that can be destructive. Wow, crazy. Well, I know they probably get tornadoes down there too. Palm tree, dude. Should the length of a yeah, you can do it, Logan. Do it because we're just about getting close to the end of the stream, and I don't know if there's anybody on my radio. I was working people this morning on the radio. No, it's quiet now. You see, the DX is faded out. It's faded away. Nothing. All is quiet on the 11-meter band. You can do it in milliseconds or microseconds if you want. And go for it, Logan, Mr. Moderator Man. 59:47 we were into it, so we're just about 1 hour. It's amazing how fast an hour goes. And I like you guys in here. It's awesome, your comments. And like I say, if we get off topic, that's fine. It doesn't always have to be about palm trees and exotic plants. If you want to talk about food or travel or weather, like I say, goes in hand with exotic gardening. Sam, last year, no, it was such a warm winter. Southern 7B, nice. You got to like that, Sam. 7B is a good one. And usually 6A. Wow, that's much warmer. Could you message my mom when your hybrid seeds are ready? Yes, I could. Well, you'll see them. I'll post them on eBay too. Or I'll let you guys know on a live stream, okay? I will let you know on a live stream. Okay, how long has the stream been going for? 1 hour and 35 seconds. Well, now it's 1 hour, 37 seconds. There's a timer on the corner. It says live in red, what I'm seeing. And I'll show you what I see. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking at. Because what you're looking at is different than what I'm looking at. This is what I see. Okay, let's just put this around so you can see what I look at. Can you see what I'm looking at? I don't know. Can you see that? It's hard to see, isn't it? See, up in the corner of the screen, there is red. There it says live, and then the minutes, and then there's me, and then there's all your comments. All your comments along the right-hand side of the screen. And at the bottom of the screen, it says end screen. So I'm listening to this while shoveling. Oh, no. Really? Wow. Don't wreck your back. I don't like shoveling snow. You know, the snow here, Benny, is not really nice. If we get snow, and when we get snow, and hopefully we won't get any this winter, there's winters where we don't see any snow here. It's wet and heavy. It's not very nice snow. I will just do hours and minutes. It's 1 hour and 1 minute and 49 seconds, Logan. Yeah, I don't really like shoveling snow at all. I don't think anybody here really owns a snow blower. I've never really seen anybody here use a snow blower because snow doesn't last long enough when it happens here. But I remember one year my dad, many moons ago, bought a snow blower. He bought it I think he bought it in 1994. And he had this thing. And I said, Dad, you're never going to use a snow blower. 1996, we had this record snow in December. 80-year record snowfall since 1916. 28.5 inches of it. I laughed at a snowblower. Well, guess what? He phoned me up and he laughed at me. He says, you know, remember that snowblower he laughed at? It works really well. As I'm sitting there with a sore back, shoveling it, right? Yeah, wet snow's way better, Sam. Way better than wet snow. Normally I'm doing some when I'm listening and pull out my phone. Oh, so you guys are you guys on your iPhones? Can you actually watch this on your iPhones right now? Cool. I don't own an iPhone. I have one at my work truck. I have a Parks work iPhone, but it's not my own iPhone. I take pictures and put them on Instagram with it. That's how I get pictures on Instagram. Danny Lane, Joe, the warming will probably jack you up to a 9B. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, Pender Island we can see from our island, and then there's Saturna, and yeah, all the. I mean, there's Galliano's right across from us. First it's Wallace Island, then Galliano, and then south of that is Pender, and then beyond that's Maine, and then there's Saturna, and then there's Prevost. There's a lot of Gulf Islands here. We're in the southern Gulf Island chain, and then we got Thetis to the northwest of us, and we have Tent Island and Penalaquat Island. Oh, you're on your phone, Sam. Okay, cool. With earbuds, Palm Tree Dude. Nice. Global warming is having an effect on Ireland. Yeah. And you're on a computer, Palms USA. I'm on my cheap laptop. Some people don't like global warming. If you're an exotic plant grower, it's really good for what we grow, but I know it's really detrimental for a lot of other things, especially if the ocean temperatures rise. There's going to be species of fish and things that are going to die, and things that the fish eat are going to die. And if they don't have food, not good. I've got the answer. Okay, Logan, with the tick marks emojis. Give us the answer. How many microseconds? Global warming has more effects on the coast than Central America. Wow. It's scary. Well, if the oceans rise, it's not going to affect me and Wendy because we are up high, 160 feet above sea level. But anybody in low-lying areas, our island's pretty well high above sea level. We don't have to worry about it. But any low-lying places like Lulu Island off of Vancouver, Richmond, and the Netherlands, or places like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, or whatever, I think it's Bangladesh, that are subject to typhoons and stuff like that, they're going to be underwater. Kiribati, the island in the South Pacific, I was watching videos on it last night. The oceans rise; those islands will be gone. They're already suffering right now from the global warming. Global warming makes it worse in Ohio. It weakens polar vortex, causing it to spill out. No way. Yeah, we don't get polar vortex here, but I remember the polar vortexes that hit those areas several years ago. You're actually lower than me. Wow, interesting. Yeah, we're only 160 at this location, at our location. The stream has been going 3,720 billion, 720 billion. No, 3,720, 3,720 billion microseconds. Did I say that right? That's 3,720 billion. That's a lot. You often wonder how many grains of sand are on a beach, right? You think that when you pick up a scoop of sand on the beach, how many grains of sand are in your hand? So there's probably millions, right? And you wonder how many grains of sand are on a beach. It's hard to fathom, or how many stars are in the universe. When you look up at the sky and it's filled with stars and they're so far away, but there's billions of them out there. And there's some you can't see, or the light you're seeing from those stars is probably just getting to you then, and they probably burnt out millions of years ago, which is crazy. I wonder how many. That's a good one. How many palms in a region? Well, you wonder how many palms are in California, right? Or I was watching a good video last night on this guy, palm trees in Louisiana. There's so many palm trees in New Orleans. It was palm trees in New Orleans. And he was a young guy going around the town, and there's some really beautiful palms in Louisiana, in New Orleans. I looked it up. 10,000 grains of sand in it. No way. That's it? Really? No way. That's not that many. I mean, it depends on the size of your hand. I got big hands, right? So if you had small hands, you're going to get less. I did the golf ball challenge once. Watch my video on it. I fit 11 golf balls in my hand. Pick up 11 golf balls and I held them upside down like that. It was 11 golf balls. You can watch my video of it. Try that, folks. There's your challenge. It was, I think it was 11 golf balls I did in one hand. And kind of tricky, but it can be done. 10,000 in a tablespoon. Yeah, that makes maybe more sense. 10,000 in a tablespoon. Huge phoenix duck. Yes, there is. There's huge, lots of phoenix there. There was huge Livistona too. Jason goes, Cochrane is on the west, so it's it will. I don't know if it'll ever happen in my lifetime or yours, but well, maybe in yours because you're young. I'm 56. 1 cubic foot is 1 billion grains. Wow, Sam, that's awesome. That's crazy, man. Thanks for that bit of info there. That is a lot of grain. So you can imagine how many grains of sand or in the beach. And somebody had to figure that out, Sam. Palms USA. I think I watched the same video. It was New Orleans, and it was really good. Palms USA. Young guy. I'm guessing the guy was in his 20s. Someone said New Orleans is it's horticultural tropical for 10 years. Same time, I guess 9B freeze and then start. Isn't that interesting? Because I know they can get freezes. Wow. Yeah. That's palm tree, dude. I know they can get freezes down there. Dara O'Connell. Yes. Livistona chinensis will work where you are too, Dara. At least according to Google. Cool. Gotta love Google. Wait, no, it's 10,000 grains. 10,000 grains in a teaspoon, which is still a lot, Logan. 10,000 grains, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon. So a teaspoon is pretty small. That's a lot of grains. So somebody had to figure that out. 10,000 grains in a teaspoon. Teaspoon's not very big. It's pretty tiny. Wow. Yeah, okay, you got Livistona. Yeah, they do grow here in sheltered locations. And we have one smaller one in the ground, and we have a nice one in the tiki hut outside. I wish there was a zone 7 winter here. It would be nice. Maybe one day, Jason. I used to live in zone 8A, 8B, and then I moved here to 9A. 7 quintillion on Earth. 7 quintillion. What's 7 quintillion grains of sand? Is it true? Or is it palm, Sam? It's true. It's true zone is zone 9B, but I believe it's typically 10B in the winter. Are you talking New Orleans, Louisiana? And how did that Katrina affect the palm trees in New Orleans, Louisiana? How did Hurricane Katrina sand? No way, Sam. Oh, good info, Sam. I'm liking it. You see, because I'm learning stuff from you guys. It's not all about palms as much as we love them. Was there ever a green winter in Calgary? No, I don't think so. But I think there might have been a green Christmas once, for sure. I do remember it. I'm pretty sure there was a green Christmas, and people were out there playing golf. I work with a guy that lived in Calgary. He managed the golf course there, and he says one August it snowed so much and got so cold. The thing with Calgary, it's high elevation, so you can get really crazy weather. It's a very tricky place to garden things because you can get Chinooks, and Chinooks are very hard on plants because they break them out of dormancy. So it can go from minus 15 degrees Celsius to plus 10 or 15, and then and it can last many hours or a day, and then the next day you're down to minus 20 again. So some of the trees come out of dormancy, and then it can split them or even kill them when it goes back down to the deep freeze again. So Chinooks are probably the hardest things on plants, and Calgary is high, right? It's a few thousand feet above elevation, so they're subject to snow, hail, right? You can get snow in every month of the year in Calgary. That's the way it works there. My sister got a car from Calgary one time, Ensign Calgary, years ago here in Salt Springs, back 30 years ago. And I had dents all over the car. And I said, what happened to your car? She says, it came from Calgary, got it cheap. Hailstone damaged it. Hailstones this big damaged it. The native palms are definitely adapted to hurricane. They are, and they have really strong roots, tiny root systems. And you know what I would do if I lived in a hurricane place? I think I'd plant palms right around my house. If a hurricane's coming, I'd wrap one of those big straps around my house to the palm trees and maybe wrap them over the roof, and maybe it would hold it together. Does that sound like it'd work? One time a hurricane made it all the way to Ohio. I believe it. I believe it, Sam. And then hurricanes go up the East Coast too. They make it all the way into Nova Scotia and the maritime provinces of Canada. Hurricanes. And although we don't really get hurricanes here, we can get hurricane force winds here on our coast, because hurricanes come from the tropics, and but we can get the fallout of them from the Hawaiian Islands. Any of the wicked Pacific storms we get here come from the Hawaiian Islands. We also have another anomaly called the Pineapple Express, which already hit us a few times this year, which brings a lot of Pacific moisture and really mild temperatures straight at us from the Hawaiian Islands. So it's really nice on a winter day to have the Pineapple Express, because, you know, temperatures will go up to 12 to maybe 15 degrees or just under 15, but it's rainy and it's breezy, but it's mild. But it's usually really wet, the Pineapple Express. And it doesn't even have to be that breezy. It's just really wet. Palm tree, we normally get a tropical storm. Actually, hurricanes hitting us doesn't happen often. Yeah, and you know what? I don't think they're that good to get hurricanes. I don't know if I'd want to live in an area where they're prone to hurricanes. Hawaii doesn't get a lot of hurricanes, pretty rare. I think the last really bad hurricane to hit Hawaii was Hurricane Aniki in 1992, and it really slammed into Kauai. Is it lagging there? Oh, no, Logan. Hang in there, though. Danny, in Edmonton in 1998, had a green Christmas during. That's it. Danny, that might have been it, 1998. Okay. I don't know if it's in Calgary, but Edmonton. Maybe it was in Calgary, too. I can't hear anything. You can't hear anything? No way. Are you guys hearing me? Not lagging anymore for me. I can hear. Okay, you can hear. Good. Try refreshing. No, it's good. It is good here. It's saying everything's good. It lagged, but it could be back on your end, because when it's lagging here, it will actually tell me on the screen that it's a bad connection. But as long as you can hear me, coming in loud and clear. Okay, Palms USA. So it's got to be on your end when it's lagging, because like I say, when it's lagging, it'll come right across the screen and it says the signal has been kind of cut off, right? So far, so good. We're streaming and we're having fun here. And we got Dara from Ireland. I think everybody else in here is from the US, right? And somebody from Mexico in there too. But other than that, it's a good stream. We had Natasha from the Netherlands. And yesterday we had, I think Poland was in there too. They came in, and a few other places in Europe. Oh, we had somebody from South Korea, which was pretty cool. Coming in loud and clear. Good. Thank you, Palms USA. If it is lagging, just refresh the page or close the stream and open it again. Yeah, if I do that, then I'll be gone, right? Like I will totally be gone. I'd have to start over again. But everybody here is telling me that it is working okay, Palm Tree Dude. So far, so good. I can hear it again. Okay, Derek can hear it again. Okay, so I'm working. I'm on the air. I'm doing the live stream, and it seems to be working. But like I say, when we have those B&B guests, those darn B&B guests, they really wreck the signal here, and I can't do as long a live streams. That's for the people. Okay, thanks, Palm Tree Dude. Well, if it doesn't, I might have to do it. I can hear you just fine also. Okay, good. Perfect. Yeah, I won't keep you guys too much longer, because I know you guys probably have things to do. You probably want to go out and play with your palm trees, or look at your palm trees, or walk around your garden. I know I want to walk around the garden and maybe shoot a video of something. What I'm going to shoot a video of our Trachycarpus nanoteal. Okay, so just a minute, Sam. I can hear you on my phone. Okay, thanks, Logan. Sam, would you enjoy living in the southeast climate? I could handle living in North Carolina or something, as long as I didn't. You know what? Virginia Beach might be better for me, but it's the high humidity would probably kill me. I don't like high heat and humidity in the summertime. Yeah, I have three neglectas, so I can show you. We had a really big one, and it broke in the snow in 2000. I think it was 2008. Might have been later. Can you shoot a video especially of your neglecta? Yes, I will. I'll show a video of both of our neglectas. Eucalyptus neglecta. I got a video of a grove of Eucalyptus neglectus here. They're big ones. Good, Logan. I'm glad you can hear me. That's perfect. And everybody else can hear me right now. So the stream is working. Virginia Beach is also a steam bath. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like high humidity. It kills me. It really does. I work outside in the summertime, and the humidity here is very low. Anyway, I'm going to shoot a video on a Trachycarpus nanoteal that was given to me as a seedling. I planted it in 1999. You'll see in the video, it tells the story of it. He brought a flat of them at the Palm Society garden tour I had here. I've had a few Palm Society garden tours here over the years. And he says, give these out to different people. So I kept one seedling and I stuck it in the ground and forgot about it. It's growing in the worst possible rocky, crappy soil, totally neglected, growing in the shade of some big Trachycarpus hybrids. So I'll shoot a video. You'll see what it looks like, and then you could tell me if it's nanoteal or not. I'm not a nanoteal expert. Some of you guys probably know what nanoteal look like, or we can actually go online and Google what a nanoteal looks like. So he claims it's nanoteal. I can tell you one thing. It's about 8 feet tall to the top of the fronds, long petioles because it's stretching for light. It's never, I don't think I've ever cut a frond off of that thing. They're always green, okay? But it's got a lot of fronds on it. So should I take protection? Well, you know what? If it's a mild day, you can. And if you're there to protect it again, put it back on when it's cold so you can enjoy looking at your palm. Virginia Beach is yes, it is a steam bath. I know it gets hot. I've had seeds brought sent to me from there. I know what. Oh, you know what nanoteal tropical PDX. Okay, so I'm going to upload a video after, and then you can check it out for me. What is your favorite Trachycarpus? I really like Latticectus. We have 2 Latticectus martianus. I think one of my favorites is Wagnerianus and Manipure. Or not Manipure? Yeah, Manipure. Manipure is a really nice Trachycarpus. No, Princeps. Sorry, I have Manipure. Trachycarpus Princeps. And a friend of mine has. I don't have any big Princeps. We have some seedlings. That's it. Tropical short petioles, very thick trunk. Okay, interesting. These are long petioles, but it's in the shade. Huh, interesting. Maybe it would have short petioles if it was in the sun. World petioles, very thick fronds. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to Google an image of it. I love that. Oh, Winston. Oh, we have Winston, Dara. Yeah. We have one I planted, I think our oldest one I planted in 2003. It's got nice 360-degree fronds. And then I got a bunch in the greenhouse in pots that I grew seed from a really nice one in Vancouver. The guy claims it's kind of silvery beneath, 360 fronds on it. 30 is fine as long as it's in the ground. Yes, exactly, Sam. Make sure when you do the video, you show the video where it meets the frond. Okay, cool. I think I will do that, and then you can tell me if it is a Trachycarpus nanoteal. He claims it is. I don't know. It's like me getting these seeds from Europe, and then they claim that they're Tequil. And the first batch I got, I don't think was ever Tequil. And I got a bunch more in the greenhouse. They're supposed to be Tequil. So I did shoot a video of those, and I'm going to post that. I might post that before the nanoteal video, and then you can decide for yourself if they're Tequil or not. They're just seedlings. Nanoteal were originally sold as Tequil. It's actually nanoteal. Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, this is more defined to me. And because it's grown shade, like I say, the petioles are just so long. Thing, it needs some light. But the only way it's going to get light is if I cut down the palm trees around it, and that ain't going to happen. Tequil have very long, narrow fronds. I love tequil. I don't know anybody around our island that's actually have big tequils in the garden. Maybe Palm Society members in Vancouver have them. And Jeff, I didn't notice any in my buddy's garden in Victoria. Didn't notice, but I did notice some beautiful Princeps. They were to die for. Beautiful Princeps. And one of the nicest palms in his garden was the Trithrinax that he grew from seed and planted 20 years ago. Yes, he's a moderator now. He is. It was nice. He actually left me a tip yesterday. I thought that was really nice. Logan left me a tip yesterday, and I was like, wow, okay, so I better make that guy a moderator. I better do something to repay him back. So Logan's a moderator. Has it ever gone below 0 Fahrenheit there? No, never. The coldest temperature at this end of the island is around 11 degrees Fahrenheit, and the coldest temperature on our island near Ganges is 5, and in the coldest zone 8 areas, it's minus 17.5. Okay, minus 17.5. So maybe near 1 degree Fahrenheit in one of the coldest areas of Salt Spring Island. That's where there was a weather observer. So I know it's actual fact because it's actually on the page. It's on the Canadian Climate Normals page of all the weather data. And he told me anyway, I used to talk to him. What temperature? What temperature? What temperature in Fahrenheit would you recommend putting Christmas lights? I would do it before it gets below freezing. Get them ready. I hear somebody at the door. Could be pure later. What temperature in Fahrenheit would you recommend putting Christmas lights on? I'd put them on the palm before it gets below freezing, so they're on there. And then maybe if it's going to get down to 25 degrees or lower or below, say below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, then turn them on. That's what I would do. I mean, you could even turn them on if it gets down to 20 degrees. The prolonged freezes are the worst. One night at 20 ain't going to do anything. How long is your longest day of the year? Do palms like the sun that far north? Oh yeah. So it gets dark just after, I think dusk here is at about 4:17 p.m. or 4:20 at this time of the year. And the longest day, it gets dark close to around 10 o'clock at night in the summertime. So yeah, they're happy campers here. Sam, very happy campers. How long? Palm tree dude, when it's still warm out, lights on. When it's still warm out, the lights on, so you're yeah, exactly. Smart palm tree dude. Yes. Is that your York? Yes, that's our Yorkie. Yes, I saw your standard poodle beautiful. We used to have a toy poodle when I was a kid. My mom had one. Yeah, our Yorkie Havanese. That's what he is. He's Yorkie Havanese Pomeranian, and I think there might even be a little bit of poodle in there too. Like me with my King Palm a few nights ago. Yeah, Arcanto Phoenix Cunninghamiana. I love King Palms. I had one at one time, but it died. They don't like it here. It's just too cold. Hey, Wendy, who is that? Another parcel. Wendy keeps getting parcels. I've ordered stuff and I'm not getting anything yet. Should I use a thermal cube? She gets books. She likes to read. I like picture books. Dark at 6 p.m. here. Wow, cool. That's kind of like Hawaii. It's dark at around 6:30, quarter to 7 every night. Should I use? Yeah, you know what? You could use a thermal cube, Logan. That might be a good thing to do because I think that's kind of got a timer on it, doesn't it? Isn't that the way it works? Sensor. Will turn on when it gets. Yeah, that's it. Gets it when it gets a certain temperature. A lot of guys in Ontario use thermal cubes when they box in their palm trees for winter. Yeah, folks, I love looking at photos, and yeah, I know how to read, but I really do like looking at books, especially palm books. I like less writing, less printing, and I like lots of photos. But these ones here, this is a pretty good book. It's got just enough reading. So isn't that funny? I opened it up on a Jubea chilensis. There's a Jubea chilensis right there. And this is a really good book. Like I say, I showed you this one the other day. And if you like a nice little hardcover book, that one right there. I'll show you another really cool one that I have here. Tropical Gardens. Oh yeah, this one right here. This is a good one too. Wow, got too many books here. A guy from Florida gave me this one. He was visiting his mom and dad, and he said they called me over. He says, "Joe, my son has a book for you. They got a 25-foot palm tree in their yard, and he lives in Miami. And he brought me this. He brought me this book. He gave it to them to give to me. It's a really good book. It's called Bedrock's Guide to Landscape Palms. So he gave me that about a decade ago, at least something like that. It's a really nice hardcover book, and inside it's got lots of nice pictures, and it tells you about the palm trees, and it tells you like probably how high they grow, and does it tell you the hardiness on them? Possible relate. It can get cold. Let's just see. Salt tolerance, drought, light, nutrient. No, it doesn't tell you how hardy they are. I don't think, but a really good book right there if you like palm books. Another one. I have a ton of them here. Oh, and here's another one here you'd really like. This one right here. This one's a really good book right here. Palms of the World. Palms of the World is a great book, and it's got a lot of awesome photos in it, and it tells you everything you need to know about palm trees, right? So you can probably get these on Amazon. Palms of the World. Really nice book to have for your collection. So I thought I'd give those books a plug. We get dark around 5:10 p.m. here, Palm Tree Dude. Okay, so after us, thermal cubes go on at 30 and off at 40. Oh, interesting. It's really dark here in Ireland. Yes, Dara. What book is that? That is which one are you talking about? This one right here? Palms USA. That is called Palms of the World right there. That's a good one. And then the other one that I had is this one right here. It's called Guide to Landscape Palms. Right there, Guide to Landscape Palms. I got so many, like I say, I have so many books on palm trees here because I love palm trees. And I have a library of palm tree books. Palm tree books. Now I got to in my shelf. There we go. So anyway, if you want some good books, try those ones out. That's what I need, a thermocube. Yeah, if you live in a colder winter climate, apparently these thermocubes work. I've never used a thermocube, but I tell you what I do use. I do use Christmas lights in the greenhouse to heat it when it gets cold. Is there any more palms that can grow in Kentucky? You could try Sereno repens. You could try Sereno repens, and with some protection, you could try Camarops humilis, is the Mediterranean fan palm. They're pretty hardy, but they are susceptible to main trunk loss during a really bad freeze. I've had that happen. Thanks. Love seeing the books. Oh, thanks, Palms USA. Yeah, they're good. They're good books. And I mean, you can go online and just punch in palm books, and you're going to find whatever you want, right? Which other one do we have here? I'm looking. Hawaii books. I got books on citrus. I got a lot of different books. I got one on tropical gardens too. How to create tropical gardens, which is a really good book. And Eucalyptus is a great book too because I love eucalyptus trees. Thermocube randomly die. You're better off using that's actually Inkbird temp count controller. I have an Inkbird right here. There's an Inkbird right there. It is currently here's my Inkbird. I'm gonna show you what it is right here. I'm going to unplug it so the temperature is going to come off. Oh, no, the temperature's on. There's my Inkbird right there. Okay. It's actually 8.3 degrees Celsius outside. Temperature in here is 25 point. Oh, okay. It's 48.6 outside. All right. So that's an Inkbird. And you know what? Somebody sent me that for free. She watched my YouTube channel and she wanted me to promote it on my YouTube channel. So I did a video for that last year or the year before. So she sent me that, and it actually I can get the readings on it from Wendy's iPhone on that Inkbird, right? It's hooked up to her iPhone, just like with our security cams. We have security cams, and they're on her iPhone. I heard that Mitsubishi can grow 20 foot in easily. The tallest Musabaju I've ever seen were 34 feet tall here in Vancouver. Thanks for letting me know, Tropical VDX. I was worried about them dying. Can you imagine, though, seriously, having a thermocube and living in Ontario or a cold climate like Montreal or Alberta or Nova Scotia, and you got your favorite palms in there. I don't care if it's even boxed in. You got them boxed in with the thermocube because most people have to box them in there. You have to. And then the thermocube dies. And then you don't check your palms for like a month or so, and you look in there and they're just crispy dead. And something like that happened to me when I was on the mainland. I put all these potted palms in the barn stall, and I put cardboard on the mesh so I'd block it off to keep it warm, and I put a heater in there. Well, I plugged the heater into where the big deep freeze was plugged in. There was a deep freeze plugged in because we use that stall for storing things. I put about 100 or so potted palms in there. Sable palmetto, jubea, butias, different types of sables, just really exotic plants, really exotic palms that are hard to get. And that night it went down to around 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit, but it popped the breaker during the middle of the night because I plugged the heater in and it was on a thermostat in the same plug outlet as the freezer. I went in the morning and I couldn't believe I went in there and it was so cold. It was so cold in there. I had a thermometer set up there and I was like, what the heck happened? So the freezer was off, which wasn't a problem because everything was still frozen because it was so flipping cold. And every single potted palm was frozen solid except for two. A Trachycarpus fortunei in a 15-gallon pot and one in probably about a 5 or 10-gallon pot. Those are the only two palms that survived. Everything else died. They froze solid, and it was the saddest thing to go in there and throw all those palms out into, I called it the dead palm pile. And I threw them into this pile. And some of the sable palmettos I had were nice. I had 5-gallon sable, or not 5-gallon, 2-gallon sable palmettos, and they were frozen. They were actually frozen solid, and they had nice fan fronds on them too. It really sucked. Would Mediterranean Thanks for coming in there, Danny Lane Anderson. Yes, pop in anytime. Yeah, you got to be careful with electricity. See, so if the power goes out, we get power outages here. So putting that stuff around palm trees, really tender stuff, probably wouldn't work. We've had power outages here for 4 days sometimes. And if it's a deep freeze, thank God it wasn't. And I had that around a super tender palm tree, the palm tree would die. Right. So after a big windstorm or a snowfall, the power can go out for a while here. I have an inkbird in my greenhouse. We'll turn on. Yeah, inkbird are great. So a gal from Hong Kong sent me that inkbird, and like I said, I promoted it. It works really well, and like I say, temperature out there right now, yeah, 8.6 degrees Celsius. So it's gone up. Well, anyway, dudes, I think I should roll now. I'm going to grab me some lunch. I'm going to go outside and some fresh air. Probably good for my head cold here. And we'll see what Wendy's doing out there. I think she's going to plant some Formium tenax. She bought some Formium tenax. And then I can go shoot a video of the Eucalyptus neglecta. Somebody wanted a video of the Eucalyptus neglecta. So we have a couple of them in the ground. And actually I have another one as well. So I will say goodbye to all of you folks until next time. Maybe I'll do a live stream tomorrow. But I don't know if you guys get notifications when I do live streams. And if you do, yeah, pop in there anytime. And I have a camera ops and a plastic pot. Well, do not let the pot freeze, Palm USA. How can I be a moderator again? It's unstable. You know what? Maybe it is my time to go. Bad connection. I came across the screen. Connection is unstable, so I take bad connection. So anyway, yeah, I should roll. I've been doing it for a while, but I can do another live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I have to go and harvest a bunch of palm seeds, and I should fill up half of my truck with palm seeds tomorrow. There's a lot of palm seeds on this island to harvest, but the one in particular I'm really looking forward to is the one growing in Zone 8A. So I am going to offer Zone 8A palm seeds on eBay because it gets cold there. When the lakes froze, that was minus 15 degrees Celsius where that palm tree was. And it's seen lots of minus 10s. It's cold. The coldest, I would say, one of the coldest, deepest valleys, high elevation valleys on our island. And it's about 20 feet tall, I guess, the palm, or at least close to it. And it's been there for about 20 years. Sam, I think Banana Joe is my eBay name. You can find me on there. But there's nothing on there right now. I don't have any listings, but I do have an eBay store. And you can see my ratings. I got about 550 or 600 ratings on there, 100%. Where is Palm Nation been? He's busy. He's a busy guy. Anyway, I'll put my, you know what? I will let you know when, okay, cool. I want to see that funny link. So I'll check it out on Facebook, Palm Nation. I will let you know when I'm putting my stuff back on eBay because I offer, in the spring, I sell seedlings. I ship bare root seedlings and I ship all over the US. I ship all over the USA from on eBay. You betcha. I've shipped to so many states. I probably ship to pretty much every state in the US, my palm trees and palm seeds. All right. So bare root palm seedlings and palm seeds. So in the cool months, I ship palm seeds. And once the warmer months come, end of March, beginning of April, I'll start to do the palm seedlings when there's no chance of them freezing during transit. It's really bad shipping palm seedlings now because even though it's mild here, if they're going through the prairies or they're going through the Midwest or something to somebody in South Carolina, they can freeze during transit, right? So palm seeds are fine. They can freeze a bit and they're okay. So I will let you know here when my eBay store is back up, and it's probably going to be in another, it's the 4th today. I'm thinking after the 15th because Wendy said the post office lineups are absolutely horrendous, and they only let 1 or 2 people in there at a time, so I don't want to wait in those long lineups either. If I want a 10-foot Trachycarpus from, you're not going to get it from me, that's for sure, because shipping is going to cost you a lot of money. I ship tikis all over too. And I ship a lot of my tikis to the U.S. So I ship to 2 different guys is North Carolina, but at different years, right? And I said the tiki is $175, and he says that's fine, but I says I'm going to find out the shipping for you. So I went to FedEx. I brought the tiki to FedEx. It's big tiki, really big one, made out of Western red cedar. Is $204 for shipping, $175 for the tiki, and 200 and something bucks for shipping. But he still wanted it, so I shipped it. July, I shipped a big one down to Redmond, Washington. It was 125. It's by Seattle, north of Seattle. 125 for the tiki, 125 for shipping. That's what it's expensive for shipping. So a big palm is going to cost you a lot of money because they're going to be heavy. So shipping for a big palm, it might be $500 or something, right? Yeah. What is the biggest palm that you would sell? Here, I sell 1 gallon size, but we are growing on a lot because I sell a lot to nurseries, right? The nurseries buy a lot of palms from me, and then the grocery store buys them from me too and sells them, and people come here. So my biggest seller are, a camel. I would like you to recommend. I've scarified Jubea chilensis. Jubea chilensis, I've scarified, and I've also scarified Butia capitata. If you could get one up here, the nurseries sell big palm trees up here on our island, Palm Nation, but you're going to have to get a phytosanitary certificate. You're going to have to take it to Victoria after you load it up into your truck, and then you're going to have to take it to the plant inspection. They're going to have to look at it, inspect it, give you the stamp of approval, which is about $30, I think. You got your phyto certificate. You show up at the Canada-US border, and they say, you're bringing a plant back, I see. Yes, it's been inspected, blah, blah, blah. Here's the seal of approval, the certificate, phyto, and then you're free to go. But if you don't have a certificate, they'll take it from you. They will not let it through into the States, unfortunately. And then the seedlings I ship are bare root. You'd have to look that up, but there's lots of palms at the nursery down the road from us. If you like tree ferns, they got tree ferns. And if you go to the Vancouver Island, you go to Dinter Nursery. Dinter Nursery, they got palm trees with 15 feet of trunk on them if you want them, but they're not cheap, right? They're expensive. Some of those are over $1,000, but you convert that into American money, that works out to about $10.99, right? So it's the American dollar goes a long way up here, right? I think it's 25 or 30 cents on the dollar, something like that. Anyway, phytosanitary certificate. Okay, guys, you need to open a nursery in the fall. Yeah, be cool. I could grow lots of sables. I'd be like Gary Holler in North Carolina. He's the sable man. What type of tree ferns do you have? Dara, we have Dicksonia antarctica. We have about maybe 10 of them in the garden. And then we have Cyathea cooperi, Australian tree fern. And then the nursery down the road sells them. So we don't sell tree ferns. We only grow them in our garden. But the nursery down the road, Fraser's Thimble Farm Nursery, Cyathea cooperi. I think they have cooperi or Cyathea australis, sorry. Dicksonia fibrosa, scrosa, antarctica. And then they have another one there that's more tender, but I'm not sure the name of it. Fraser's Thimble Farm Nursery in Salt Spring. Check it out. They actually have a mail order. It's a big nursery. Anyway, guys, I should roll. I need some chicken soup. I'm getting kind of hungry. And then I got to get outside into the sun to get some fresh air. Okay, because it is so nice out there. I can see the sun just glistening off those eucalyptus trees. And I need to be under those eucalyptus trees. Message on Instagram because I might not. Yeah, absolutely, Benny G Drummer, you bet. But I can't post on there today. I can just because I'm not at work. I don't have my cell phone. Okay, later, Palm Nation. See you, Palms USA. Thanks a lot for coming in there, Logan. Thanks for being in there, and Palm Nation, the moderators, Logan, Palm Nation, Mac Attack's not in there, and Clyde's not in there. So see you guys later, and possibly tomorrow I'll do a live stream, and then we can talk about some of the stuff that I've done tomorrow when I go harvest some palm seeds up in the cold Cranberry Valley, which has had a lot of frost. All right, see you later, guys. Cheers. Stay safe.